The miraculous power of love and hope. Jason and Megan's story. Welcome to Life Tells Stories, the channel that brings you the most incredible and heartwarming true tales from around the world. Today, we have an unforgettable story that might just move you to tears. A story of courage, true love, and the miraculous power of hope. Imagine standing at the altar, waiting for the love of your life. You're nervous but filled with joy, despite one crucial detail you can't see. Now picture, at that very moment, something miraculous happens, and your world is transformed. This is what happened to Jason on his wedding day. And today, we share his extraordinary journey. Before we dive in, let us ask you, how would you react if you could suddenly see your partner for the very first time, moments before saying, "I do"? If you love stories that are full of inspiration, resilience, and miracles, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. We're here to bring you more stories that uplift and inspire, so don't miss out. The sun was setting on the horizon as guests settled into chairs adorned with white flowers and satin boughs. There was a feeling of anticipation in the air as Jason stood at the altar, nervously adjusting the tie of his black suit. Though he was blind, his smile lit up the whole place, a reflection of the love and excitement he carried within. Beside him was his best friend, Alex, offering encouraging words to calm Jason's nervousness. "It's almost time, buddy. You look great, and trust me, when Megan sees you, she'll be speechless." Jason laughed, but his voice held a hint of melancholy. "Well, at least one of us will get to enjoy the view," he joked, remembering the accident that had stolen his sight almost a year earlier. But even in the midst of darkness, Jason had found his guiding light, his beloved Megan, the woman who helped him see beyond what his eyes could no longer perceive. Jason vividly recalled the day that changed his life forever. It was an ordinary autumn morning, and he was on his way to his favorite cafe, a place that brought him comfort and joy during his daily breaks from the music conservatory, where he worked as his singing teacher. Jason loved the scent of freshly roasted coffee and the bustling street scene that played outside his favorite window. It was on one such morning that he first noticed Megan. She was walking along the sidewalk, her long hair flowing in the wind and her floral dress dancing around her legs. Jason couldn't take his eyes off her. He saw her many times after that, always at the same time, and always felt a spark of something special. One day, Jason decided it was finally time to gather the courage to introduce himself. But fate had different plans. As he stepped out of the cafe, ready to talk to her, everything changed in a split second. The screeching tires, the terrifying sound of impact, and then darkness. Jason woke up in the hospital unable to see, his world suddenly and terrifyingly plunged into blackness. The days that followed were an emotional whirlwind. The doctors explained that Jason's blindness was due to damage in the visual cortex. His eyes were fine, but his brain could no longer process what they saw. The loss could be temporary or permanent. Only time and rehabilitation could tell. It was during this bleak time that Megan entered Jason's life in a way he never expected. When Jason was still recovering, Megan came to visit him at the hospital. She had been there during the accident and felt compelled to check on him. There was something so comforting in her voice, her kindness, and her genuine concern. It was the first time Jason had felt warmth since losing his sight, and that's when he realized that she was not just a passerby. She was his ray of light. Megan visited Jason every day, helping him adjust to his new reality. She brought music, stories, and laughter into his darkened world. She painted vivid pictures of the outside world with her words, and Jason felt a sense of hope that he hadn't thought possible. Slowly, their friendship deepened. Megan told Jason about her work as a kindergarten teacher and her love for the children she taught. Jason, in turn, shared his passion for music, often singing to her or explaining music theory. With every visit, the bond between them grew, and Jason began to realize that his feelings for Megan were more than friendship. One spring afternoon, while sitting together in a park near Jason's house, the atmosphere was perfect. The scent of newly bloomed flowers filled the air. Children's laughter echoed from a distance, and Jason could feel the warmth of Megan's presence next to him. That was when he decided to speak his heart. "Megan," Jason said, "I know I can't see your face, but I feel like I know your soul. You've brought light to my life when I needed it most. I think I'm in love with you." There was a moment of silence, and Jason's heart raced. Then he felt her hands on his face, her lips meeting his in a gentle, loving kiss. Megan whispered, "I love you too, Jason." From that moment on, their love story took flight. 6 months after they confessed their love, Jason knew he wanted to spend his life with Megan. With his father's help, he picked out a beautiful white gold ring with a small diamond. Something simple yet meaningful. He planned a picnic in the same park where they had shared their first kiss, and with his heart pounding, he took her hand and proposed. "Megan, you've changed my life in ways I could never have imagined. You showed me light in the darkest of times. Will you marry me?" Tears filled Megan's eyes as she said, "Yes, 1,000 times, yes." Jason placed the ring on her finger, and they embraced. Megan joked that he had never even seen her face, to which Jason replied, "You could be an ogre, and I wouldn't care. I see beyond what eyes can see." The following months were a whirlwind of wedding preparations. Megan and Jason wanted a small, intimate ceremony with their closest friends and family. Jason was happy, but something mysterious started happening. He began experiencing flashes of light, shadows, and blurred outlines. Jason kept this a secret from everyone, including Megan, not wanting to create false hope. He didn't know if it was real or just his imagination, but he couldn't help but wonder if his sight was coming back. The day of the wedding finally arrived. As the music swelled, Megan began her walk down the aisle. Jason stood at the altar, his heart pounding as he heard the collective sigh of admiration from the guests. Suddenly, Jason felt something shift. His vision, which had been darkness for so long, started to clear. The blurry shades sharpened, and he blinked, struggling to comprehend what was happening. And then he saw her. Megan, in her white dress, her hair adorned with flowers, walking toward him. Jason's eyes filled with tears as he realized he could see her, not just feel her presence, but actually see her. When Megan reached the altar, she could see the difference in his eyes. "Jason," she whispered, her voice trembling. With tears streaming down his face, Jason gently touched her face. "It's you," he said, "the most beautiful woman I have ever seen." In that emotional moment, Jason revealed something that stunned Megan. He told her that he had seen her before the accident, walking by his favorite cafe. Megan gasped, realizing that the man she had noticed watching her from the window was Jason. They both laughed through their tears, understanding that fate had brought them together in an unexpected yet perfect way. The ceremony continued, but for Jason and Megan, it felt like the entire world had stopped. They were lost in each other's eyes, overwhelmed by the love that had carried them through the darkest times and brought them to this miraculous moment. As the night turned into a celebration of love, joy, and miracles, Jason and Megan shared a quiet moment under the stars. "For a long time, I thought losing my sight was the worst thing that could have happened to me," Jason said softly. "But now I know it was a blessing. It led me to you." Megan smiled, her eyes glistening. "And it brought me to you." They leaned in for a kiss, grateful for every twist of fate that led them here. A few days later, Jason's doctors confirmed that his recovery was truly remarkable. They explained that his brain's neuroplasticity and the natural healing process had restored part of his vision. Jason listened to the explanation, but to him, the answer was simpler. Love had healed him. This incredible story of Jason and Megan reminds us of the power of love, hope, and resilience. Sometimes, the most challenging moments in our lives are actually stepping stones towards something beautiful. Their journey teaches us that even in the darkest of times, there is always light. And often, that light is found in the love we share with others. If you found this story as heartwarming and inspiring as we did, Please like this video, share it with someone who could use a little extra hope today. And don't forget to subscribe to Life Tells Stories for more uplifting and miraculous tales. Thank you for watching, and remember, love always finds a way. See you in the next video.